The ash of Yggdrasil sustains the beasts that range 1,000 planes. Bows to the stag its bark affords, protection to the insect hordes, while at its root with ceaseless bite, Nidhöggr hides his theft in night. We're finally back to a normal-sized adventure after all those giants. Gröndal's water is contaminated and makes the people hallucinate that they are the demon lord. Yggdrasil, the world tree, grows nearby and a monster, disguised as a human, persuades the drugged people to destroy the tree to prove that they are the demon lord. The monsters can't do it themselves. There's a fairy that guards the tree who you meet and she tells you to pour Yggdrasil dew down the well. The monster convinces the humans to form a wall around the well, so you wouldn't be able to reach it without killing the people you want to protect. Luckily there's a secret passage the fairy shows you which allows you to go all the way down to Yggdrasil's roots, where you find what's been poisoning the well. It's just a regular enemy, which just like the Rainiac, shows that the strongest monsters aren't necessarily the most dangerous. This however makes purifying the water easy, and when you make your way back up you only need to kill the last monster and the day is saved. The fairy then tells you that she spread lies about a curse that kills whoever harms the tree in order to protect it. It's still growing and safeguarding it is her only purpose in life. But she admits that she could have cooperated with the humans instead of trying to scare them away, and promises to do better. The story is tied up with a nice pedagogical moral. So in the present day you're met with capitalism. The Yggdrasil dew and clean water are being heavily commercialized. This is similar to Emberdale, especially since both towns are tourist attractions for their water. Gröndal now has multiple wells with high quality water and Emberdale has warm water. But while this commercialization might not scream out good thing, it's tolerable. The fairy ended up cooperating and humans took advantage of that for their own greed. But they aren't harming the tree, so it's alright. The fairy, now having fulfilled her purpose of protecting the tree until it is fully grown, was transformed into a bird and now spends all of her days in the tree singing. The fairy lying about the tree was part of the problem. The other half was that the people of the village were too kind. They let the stranger in, which allowed him to plant evil in their otherwise pure hearts. A lot of other monsters took advantage of the flaws in people, and apparently the flaw these people exhibited was kindness. At least the wrong amount and towards the wrong people. I think this event was so effective because the idea of a stranger coming to a town to poison the well, making the people slowly lose their sense of self, is so unsettling. Historically, wells weren't really poisoned outside of scorched earth tactics, but it is such a scary concept that accusations of poisoning wells were leveled against Jews as an anti-Semitic tactic to dehumanize them. In other words, when trying to make someone look as bad as possible, the thing people used to come up with was poisoning a well. And we still see that with modern day equivalents. Especially for a post-Dragon Quest XI audience who know the implications of Yggdrasil's death, these are some nasty plans the monsters came up with. Something else I want to mention is that the story has yet another small example of historical distortion, this time portrayed as harmless. The mayor in the past was a very minor NPC you interacted with, but the mayor in the present brags about the accomplishments of his ancestors. This is only a white lie, he might even believe what he says, but it shows the start of history being warped, which plagued so many other areas. And finally, I'm sorry for this gross question, but did they put parts of Orgodemir in the well? The townsfolk knew about spells that he uses, and nobody seems to even know a demon lord exists otherwise. And given how a little girl, who didn't even know what a demon lord was, pretended to be him, there has to be at least part of someone's knowledge being infused into them.